My number one tip for affiliate marketers when it comes to taxes and bossing up is utilizing a Google Sheets, pen, paper, notepad, and really taking advantage of all of your write-offs. Canva, a tripod, your phone, CapCut, fees. If you're an affiliate marketer and you are not writing off all of those items, and you're not sure what your niche is in order to know what an ordinary and a necessary expense is, then you're leaving hundreds, maybe even thousands on the table. Because it's not just about making the money, it is about keeping it too. So grab a pen, grab a paper. Okay, let's get into it. I remember when I had filed my taxes and I owed like $18. And I didn't know what expense that I was missing was fees. And I feel like a lot of people do forget about that. And of course you can go back, amend it, whatever. But I left probably $100 on the table just from that one little mistake. More even. If you're earning affiliate income, the IRS sees that as self-employment income. So congrats. You are officially a business. And most creators don't know how to handle that when tax time hits, which is understandable because they don't teach us this in school, right? It definitely shows as well in the growth of your business. So if you earned $400 or more, which a lot of affiliate marketers do, it's a very popular way to earn income. And so a lot of people don't know that you may not have to pay tax on that $400, but it is still reportable to the IRS. So, you would get a 1099, but that 1099 does not keep track of your expenses. Some of you may not even get a 1099, and that's okay too. That just means you didn't make enough for them to have to send one, but it is still your responsibility to keep track of what you made. Platforms like TikTok Shop, Amazon, ShareASale will usually send out a 1099 non-employee compensation form or a 1099-K once you hit their reporting thresholds. But even if you don't hit the thresholds, you still may owe, or you still need to keep track. And these aren't all bad things at all. The good news is really if you're making above the threshold or even just making anything in general, you have a profit making motive, the IRS does see you as self-employed, as a business, not a hobby. So that means you can write off real business expenses and not be scared to write them off. A lot of people think that if they write off too much, maybe the IRS will come after them, yada, yada, yada. And I feel like instead of being scared of the IRS, make that your weapon and really utilize their website. I know a lot of times it doesn't make sense. They're using the tax slang or whatever you want to call it. But go in there with the mindset of just being a learner. But a lot of times you could just come to my channel. I'll put you on. So let's list off some expenses. We already named Canva, CapCut. That's a monthly subscription, right? You put both of those in category subscriptions. Let's see what else. Your tripod, your phone, your just supplies that you use for your business. Some of you guys do makeup tutorials, your makeup, really knowing your niche. And this is why I personally feel you should not only should you just niche down, but you should also niche down so that you know what expenses you're able to take, because another affiliate marketer, well, but usually all affiliate marketers would be able to take the same expenses, but that influencer may have different expenses than you or that influencer. So it's just really just keeping good records, which I would say keep up to 3 years of your tax returns. Well, you're actually supposed to keep up to 3 years of your tax returns legally. After that, it's 3 years that you have to keep all of your tax documents. Okay. And let's talk about income. If you want to stay on track every tax season, keep track of all affiliate income from each platform. And you could do individually and then add that together, because at the end of the day, it's the same category. They're the same type of income. A lot of people think they have to file like different like Schedule C's. It's not, you still can do that, but to save you money and time, I would definitely keep track of all affiliate income from each platform: Amazon, TikTok Shop, and then share I forgot what the other one is, right? But individually keep track of those, and then at the end of the year, add those together to see how much you made all together on all the affiliate. Add those together to see your expenses, software, Wi-Fi, I didn't mention, internet, which Wi-Fi is internet, mileage or travel if you're filming in different areas or doing collabs even. Learn what apps that you use to track your mileage, which I will make a video on that too. Actually, I think that's going to be a good video to make. I'll make a video on that, on what apps you can use to track your mileage, or you can do it yourself. It's really not hard. Literally, this is how you do that, y'all. So you're gonna take the odometer, whatever you call the odometer, and you're gonna look at it at the beginning of the year. How many miles did you have January 1st of the beginning of the year 2025? Okay, I had 100,000 miles. Okay, cool. Look at it at December 31st. Okay, and you're going to take that and deduct it from, and that's your mileage. Well, it'd probably be easier just to do apps. I don't want to like make it harder than what it is. We have too many resources. Another really good way to stay motivated, I don't know if this is part of the video, but is deducting your home office when you are editing videos, when you are filming videos, when you're editing videos in one spot just for work. I think that's a really good strategy to use when you're trying to stay motivated as somebody who is self-employed, influencer, TikTok, YouTuber, and know that, okay, that's my office spot and I can only use that spot for work. And it also keeps you kind of like grounded and motivated. Like, okay, it puts you in that work mindset. So that you can be able to deduct that from your home and office expense. A lot of people miss that. You don't have to have a whole room office. You literally can up to 300 square feet. Okay, go use your closet. I think use your closet. But that's a whole nother video. How do you keep track of your affiliate income? I would suggest, if you're just starting out, if you're not making, more than 10, 20,000, my personal, professional opinion, okay, would be to keep track on Google Sheets, Notion. I don't know a lot about Notion. I actually use Notion right now. I'm still learning them. So far, it's pretty easy to keep track of my day-to-day tasks. I haven't really done it for expenses and income. So I use Google Sheets. What apps do they have to keep track of the income and expenses? Lily, okay, this is not a sponsored video. Lily, I use Lily Bank, all right? They go through my profits and losses, which is like $55 a month, okay? Sometimes that could be a little pricey for some people, right? It's also free. You don't have to upgrade or anything like that, but it's making a business bank account. Okay, and only putting income and expenses on that account. Another one, so we already said Sheets, digital app, basically, which is the same. So QuickBooks, that's great. You can use QuickBooks, of course, and a lot of people think that they have to go to the school to do bookkeeping. You guys, write this down. QuickBooks literally has a course that's free that shows you how to use and do bookkeeping on their website. So that's one thing I would say is kind of the con with the app, is because it does take a lot of learning time. In order to do bookkeeping, it does take that learning time. And it's also more for if you're just if you have like if you're making like $100,000. So it's that's a pro if you're making a lot of money, right? But it does a lot of learning time, and it's a little more advanced than it would be Google Sheets. Same thing, but you will elevate to that eventually. Part 4, you guys. And I didn't want to really like do like numbers, because usually I get like kind of mixed up when I just start rambling on, but estimated tax payments. And a lot of affiliate marketers get hit with a tax bill because they did not make their estimated tax payments. They wait until tax time to make those payments. If you think you're gonna owe, if you kind of predict, that's really what it is. It's like predicting the future. You don't know how much you're gonna make for the year, right? Unless you go back to last year's return. But if you think you're going to owe 1,000 or more, then the IRS does expect you to pay 4 times a year. So that is April 15th. June 15th, okay? September 15th, which my birthday is actually September 19th, but anyway. And then January 15th of the following year. Okay, I do teach this in my course as well, but even if you're just putting 20 to 30% aside of what you earn, will save you a lot of stress. Part 5. Let's do a quick recap, okay? Affiliate marketing equals income. You qualify as a business. Affiliate income equals taxable. Track your income and expenses. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can write it down on a piece of paper. Don't let these tax preparers try to be like, oh, we can't take this piece of paper. Yes, you can. They can, but it's not advised. But yeah. Consider quarterly payments. If this has helped you, I want you to grab my free 1-page content creator tax guide. It tells you the dates that you're supposed to file. It goes over the 5 biggest expenses. And it also S Corp versus LLC, which one should you take? Grab that to be your starting point guide, completely free. And or check out my $27 course. It goes over write-offs for taxes, write-offs for content creators, how to track income. It just goes over everything as far from how to prepare, because right now it's preparing season, right? People think, oh, I don't have, they just wait till tax season. No, it's tax planning season. Let's plan, because again, if you're failing to plan, then if you're not planning, then you are just planning to fail. Okay? So, if you add those strategic strategies to your business, you will double your income, right? Because you're saving money. Invest in yourself. Hit that link in the bio and drop a comment. And if this has helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.